Good morning, third graders. Today we are on page 89 of your student journal, page 89. And our objective today is, today I will determine if the holes are the same and if, and I'm going to go down here, boys and girls, because I'm running out of room. So, and if they can be compared. Okay, so our goal is today I will determine just means decide, if the holes, the whole shape, are the same and if they can be compared. So what you're going to see is we really can't compare things that are very different. Sometimes you hear us saying comparing apples and oranges, meaning they're different. So we only are going to be able to compare things that are the same shape and same size. So let's look at our vocabulary since we're just starting our new unit. Our first word is a fraction, a numeric value that represents part of a whole or part of a group. And it can be represented as A over B with a slash, like diagonal, or A over B with a horizontal line. So we see them both ways. When we just need to know that they're mean the exact same thing. It just depends on usually how someone's able to type it or write it. Okay? The top number, A, is called the numerator, and it doesn't have that written here, but we'll be seeing that. The top is called our numerator, and then the bottom, the B, is called our denominator, the total number of equal parts in the whole, the total number. And we'll talk a lot more about those. Okay, our next word is whole. It's an entire complete object or set. So this is a whole circle or this is a whole set of hearts. So a whole could be one whole or one whole set. Okay, we'll see problems like with both of those throughout this unit. So it says one whole circle or one whole set of hearts. And then we have this word equivalent. Equivalent means of equal value. So we have an equal sign, equal to, and then we have an equal sign with a line through it. Okay, it means not equal to. Okay, so I'm going to get started and kind of show you a little bit about what we're going to be doing. Here's my first problem. My first problem looks like this. Okay, and it says, examine just means I'm going to closely look at. That's all it means. So examine the two holes. Determine if the holes can be compared. So I'm going to determine if they can be compared. Okay? So now when I look at these two holes, what do I see? They're both rectangles. They're both rectangles. And look at the size of these rectangles. Look at how big this rectangle is and how big this rectangle is. Now, I'm not going to measure them, but they look pretty much exactly the same size. So these two holes can be compared. And the reason they can be compared is because they're the same shape and same size. So I could say that. I could say they can be compared because they are the same size and shape. Oops, sorry. We need both those things. They need to be the same size and, maybe I'll write same here again, same shape. So I can only compare it if they have both of those, the same size and the same shape. Okay, So let's look at our next part. It says use an equal sign or not equal, use an equal or not equal symbol to make the statement true. So 1/3 of A. Well, what is 1/3 of A? Well, A's been cut into 3 pieces. That's where the 3 comes from. And they want one of the pieces. So that would be this. I'm going to one of the 3 pieces of A, and they want me to compare it to 2 of the 6. So there's a 6 of B because it's cut into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. 2 of the 6. So 2 of the 6 pieces. So let's look at that. Well, 1 piece of A compared to 2 pieces of B, don't they look equal? Even though here you only get 1 piece and here you get 2, these pieces are smaller. So I'd say 1/3 of A is equal to 2/6 of B. Okay, let's look at my next one. This one says, analyze the 2 wholes, determine if the wholes can be compared. Okay, can I compare those? No, I can't compare those at all because they're not the same shape. So they can't be compared because they are not the same shape. So I can't compare them. Okay, that means like if I gave someone this slice and this slice, I wouldn't know who's getting more. It's too hard to really tell. Okay, so the next question says, use an equal or not equal symbol to make the statement true. 1/4 of A. Okay, well 1/4 of A means A was cut into 4 pieces and they want one of the 4 pieces. So I'm going to shade one of the 4 pieces of A, compare it to one of the 4 pieces of B. Are those equal? No, they're not equal, and I don't even know which one's more. It would be really hard to tell which one was more if it was cake or pizza. So I'm going to say they are not equal. Those are not equal. Okay, let's try some of these together, boys and girls. We're on page 90. If you can turn to page 90. Here's our first problem. And it says, examine, which means look closely, at the 2 wholes. Determine if the wholes can be compared. Let's look at our 2 wholes. Okay, what do we see? We see the same shape, both circles, and the same size. So we can only compare them if they're the same shape and same size. So we're going to say they can be compared because they are the same size and same shape. Okay, if you need to pause your video to get your answer written, you can. But we can compare them because they're the same size and same shape. So it would be easy to tell who's getting more or who's getting less when they're the same size and same shape. Okay, our next question says, use an equal or not equal symbol to make the statement true. So 1/4 of A, one of the 4 pieces of A. That means this one. And you can shade that in with your pencil, boys and girls. So one of the 4 pieces of A compared to 2 of the 8 pieces of B. So B was cut into 8 pieces and they're saying 2 of the 8. So shade in those 2. So what do you think? Who's getting more? No one. Aren't they both getting the same? So we'd say those are equal. And that's why it's nice when shapes are the same size and the same shape, then it's easy to tell. Okay, pause the video if you don't have this. All right, let's look at our next one. Analyze the 2 wholes. Determine if the wholes can be compared. We have a rectangle and we have a circle. So can they be compared? No, because we have to have same size and same shape. So they're both small, but they're not even the same shape. So we're going to say they can't be compared because they are different shapes. They're different shapes. So we can't compare them at all. So what if, and it doesn't ask us this, boys and girls, but if someone got half of this shape and someone got half of this shape, it's really hard to tell. I think this person would get more, but we really can't tell. So we definitely, when it says use an equal or not equal symbol to make the statement true, they're not equal. They're not the same. The shapes have to be the same to be able to compare them. Okay, boys and girls, you have a couple problems to try on your own, and have a good day. Bye-bye.